Good evening and thank you for joining us here on Halton News. It's Friday, April 17th, and I'm Jessica Kading. The Halton region has released their latest report providing additional details on those who have tested positive with COVID-19 in our region. There have been over 6,000 tests taken in Halton, and of those there have been 350 cases confirmed to date, plus 43 probable cases, totaling 393. Probable cases are people assumed to have COVID-19 due to their symptoms and close contact with either returning travelers or those already confirmed positive with COVID-19. Let's take a look now at some other data in the report. Of those total confirmed cases, 52 were serious enough to require hospitalization. There are currently 27 patients hospitalized with COVID-19 in the Halton region, and 146 of those who tested positive have already fully recovered. 12 have unfortunately passed away. The region has been broken down by cases in each municipality where they live. As you can see, Oakville has the greatest number of confirmed cases, followed by Halton Hills, Milton, and then Burlington. Oakville represents 33% of the cases in the region. Taking a look at the number of cases in Halton broken down by age and gender, 59% of cases have been female and 35% of cases have been in those between 40 and 59 years of age. Up next, we have a graph that depicts the number of confirmed cases reported by date. This bar graph shows the number of confirmed cases in green and probable cases in orange. As you can see, the number seems to have peaked on April 12th, and judging by this chart, it seems we're seeing less and less positive reports, hopefully suggesting we're on the downswing, but health officials warn us that it would be easy for those numbers to spike again, which is why we are advised to maintain all social distancing rules until otherwise advised. The Milton Chamber of Commerce has launched a new web portal today to connect local businesses to those in need. This will be especially useful for companies that have personal protective equipment that they can donate. The portal also enables non-PPE initiatives such as food for first responders and food banks. Earlier today, we spoke with Richard Bolton, who's the owner and operator of Centricity 360 and sits on the Government Relations Committee with the Chamber. He goes into more details about how this portal can help and when you can listen.
We started thinking about this probably a few weeks back in terms of what we could do from a local perspective in terms of matching companies in the Halton region area with local hospitals and long-term care facilities. So we came up with the idea of why don't we create a website in which we can have companies that have supply of PPE equipment and hospitals that required or healthcare centers that require it as well too. And it kind of grew out of that idea. My company Centricity 360 produces websites. So it was easy for us to kind of put an idea together and how we could host it on the Milton Chamber of Commerce website and just have people filling in the proper form that they need to fill in to get this thing rolling. Definitely for the community, what we're looking at doing is it's really broken into 4 areas. It's companies coming forward and helping with supply of the necessary PPE equipment that is needed by the hospitals. It's hospitals and healthcare centers telling us, even essential companies telling us what type of equipment they need to conduct their business in the healthcare setting and in small businesses as well too. The other thing is we're tracking other donations as well. So if you are a food service and are looking to provide food service to frontline healthcare workers, we're tracking that as well as we're tracking volunteers as well. A lot of people are coming forward and saying, how can we volunteer during this time to support with elder care, deliver groceries, these sort of things. So with all that in mind, we've put the portal together so that people can easily submit the forms just to tell us, what supplies they have, what supplies they need, what donations they have that they'd like to give, and how they can volunteer. So really what we put together is one main page, a web page on the Milton Chamber of Commerce website. You just log into that. If you just go to miltonchamber.ca, the links to the portal are on the front page. Once you get there, there's 4 buttons for you to choose. We need, donations, and volunteer. Just select the form that you want to fill out. It takes you to another page with some basic questions about your contact information, what supplies you have, what supplies you need, what times you can volunteer, and what kind of donations you have. The goal is really this. I mean, we know that the federal and provincial governments are working really hard right now to fulfill a large supply of PPE equipment for hospitals and healthcare centers. What we want to do right now is how can we match short-term supply? So companies that have even a small quantity of PPE equipment, how can we match that small supply with organizations like hospitals and healthcare facilities that really, really need it right now?
I was able to connect with Oakville North Burlington MP Pam Damoff this afternoon, and she shared with me some of the feedback she's been receiving lately from constituents.
You know, it's been really heartening to hear from people who have said, I've started to get my McKenna emergency response benefit already. Thank you so much. I don't know what we would have done without it. I heard from a business who said, you know, our loan through BDC has come through, never been able to get funding through there before. I think we might be able to hold on. So, you know, the last month has been so hard, and I'm not making light of what people are going through because they're still continuing to struggle. But I think some of the supports the government has put in place have actually started to come through for people, and I think it's finding its way to those that need it. And we were just chatting a little bit earlier today. The Prime Minister announced that 7.5 million loans have been made through the Canada Emergency Business
Wow.
loans. That's 750,000 a day because it's only announced 10 days ago. So those are businesses that have taken advantage of the loans that are guaranteed by the Government of Canada. So, you know, it shows you how much need there is out there, but it does show that the supports are getting through to those that need it.
And it speaks to how fast that money is actually getting transferred to those that need it as well.
Yeah. You know, I have to give a shout out to the public service because people are literally working night and day to not only develop the programs and make sure that they will work, but also deliver. I mean, the Canada Emergency Response Benefit, which is the $2,000 a month that people can receive. I mean, I heard of people getting the money in their bank account within 3 days. So it's incredible. It's gotten to people, and I think you may have talked about this earlier this week, but we changed that this week that people can earn up to $1,000 and still qualify for the full $2,000. And that addressed a gap for people that may have been reduced to part-time employment, people who may have their own business and still have one client, and they didn't want to have to drop that one client in order to qualify for the Canada Emergency Response Benefit. So that change was made this week as well.
And it does seem that whenever a gap comes up, it's addressed very quickly.
Yeah, I've actually been impressed with the speed with which the government has reacted, and I think you've probably heard other people say this. It's not perfect when it's been introduced, but there's been the ability to respond. And I know when I hear from constituents, I'm sending off emails all the time and going on our caucus calls to say, look, I'm hearing from people that this doesn't work. And it's been really heartening to see the number of times that those concerns that I've sent forward have been addressed by the government. So they've been pretty nimble, more nimble than most governments normally are, and that applies to all levels of government. You know, it's really been great.
MP Damoff has also been connecting to residents through teletown halls, webinars, and even Facebook Live. In fact, she just held a Facebook Live session you can see on her webpage with Kristen Buckley from Kids Help Phone, speaking to all the much-needed support that organization is providing in our community. Burlington MP Karina Gould has also been connecting with residents on multiple platforms and had this message about mental health supports.
I recognize, and the government recognizes, how difficult this situation has been on the mental health of Canadians. It's really difficult, to be isolated in your home, particularly if you live on your own, but even just for people who are unable to work and experiencing greater stresses than they would have normally. And so yesterday, the Minister of Health launched the Wellness Together Canada portal, and this is an online resource to help with mental health issues. It provides confidential support to Canadians during this pandemic. If you need support, please know the Government of Canada is there for you. Canadians in need can access this service through canada.ca/coronavirus or the Canada COVID-19 app. It's free, it's easy to use, and it's there for you. We are all in this together, and supporting our mental health and well-being is just as important as supporting our physical health.
There have been some changes made to waste collection in the Halton region during the COVID-19 pandemic. While you can continue using your blue box as normal, your yard waste, green bin, and garbage must now be secured in an appropriate bag. Councillor Jeff Knoll explains.
The leaf, our town leaf service is suspended for the time being, but if you do have garden waste, the region is still picking it up as long as it is packed in one of the garden waste bags. And the other thing I think that we just recently heard from our staff at the region is that they want to make sure that people know that loose materials will not be picked up. It's not safe for our staff and for the contractors on the trucks to be picking up loose materials. Make sure your garbage is in bags. Even if it's in a container, make sure that it's in a bag before it goes in the container. Think of the people on the trucks. They have to go home too, to their families, and we don't want to be spreading the virus accidentally on the virus that will live on some materials for days at a time to be transferred to one of our waste management staff or contractors. So please make sure that you are packaging your bagging all waste, whether it's in a receptacle or in a bag itself.
MPP Jane McKenna has been present for her constituency office for residents with extended hours during the pandemic. I was able to connect with her earlier today for an update.
My office, there's my chief of staff, Ken and Peter. We made sure that we're here. We've extended our hours for the last 4.5 weeks from 9 to 7 p.m. So there's a live person. So if the phone rings for Peter and the next one comes to Ken, then it automatically comes to me. And it was important to do that because people are so frustrated with, I think there's 3.5 million people in Canada that are unemployed right now. And so everyone's trying to get information. So we do limit in person by visit for people to be able to come in. We have an interactive virtual assistant on my website that's available 24/7 to answer questions on COVID-19. And if also people want to check janemckenna.mpp.ca, all the resources for COVID-19, federally, provincially, and municipally are on there as well. But it was just really important with the people that are calling. We've had 2 people in here today. One was about a birth certificate. His wallet was stolen, but people want to be able to still interact. So we have really, really, really been very supportive of that. And we're about 12 feet apart in our office here, just because our office is quite, big spaced out. So it's important, and I say every morning, does everybody feel safe and healthy? Here I am, the parliamentary assistant for Labour, so I want to make sure that Peter and Ken feel safe coming into this office, and we do. But it's just, people are so relieved when we answer the phone, and so that's extremely important. And right now, we make sure we can answer to the best of our ability, federal questions and municipal questions as well.
Thanks for being with us here on Halton News. We do need to take a short break, but we'll be right back with an Oakville school who will bear a new name. Stay with us. Welcome back to Halton News. Yesterday we heard about one school who had taken down their name, and today we hear about another who was given a new one. Melissa Candelaria reports.
This brand new public school in Oakville finally has a name. On Monday, the Halton District School Board met for their regular meeting and voted to name this school Dr. David R. Williams. Manager of Communication Services with the board, Marnie Denton, says they went through a thorough process.
Back in January, we gathered names through suggestion boxes at elementary schools and public libraries in Oakville. They were the schools that were going to be sending students to the new school. The new school is located at 3199 Post Road in Oakville. And through those suggestions, a shortlisting committee looked at those suggestions and came up with 3 names that they thought would be good names for the school. On the shortlisting committee was the principal of the new school, the chair of the board, the school trustee, myself, and 4 parents who will be sending their children to the new school.
But why this man? Denton says it was a no-brainer to choose to name a school after someone with so many accomplishments.
As an emergency room physician, in numerous research positions, also as a Canadian astronaut. He is also a resident of Oakville, so it just seemed perfect to choose a school named after him. Dr. Williams' career has been recognized by many other organizations, and he has holds numerous honorary degrees from universities across Canada. He is also a recipient of the Order of Canada, the Order of Ontario, and the Award of Excellence from the Canadian College of Physicians.
Also excited about the new name is the principal, Janet Richardelli, who says this name is a perfect fit for what she hopes to become the spirit of the school.
So for me, that piece around the engineering and the science and math that Dr. Williams and his life brings to light for our school community, I really think that's going to be such a nice, strong connection and a focal point, even in the hiring and the staff development, that sort of thing. I think it's going to give us all kind of a common language and a focus for what we do and what we believe in the school. I'm really looking forward to hopefully establishing a nice positive connection with Dr. Williams.
Now that the school has its name, all that's left is for construction to complete and for the school to officially open its doors. Now, the Halton District School Board does say they had a scheduled open date, but that might change.
The school is scheduled, currently scheduled to open in September 2020. With the current situation in the construction world, we're not sure how that's going to impact that construction, but they have made a lot of headway on the school. So hopefully we will be still in good shape to open it this fall.
Meantime, Dr. Williams himself took to his Twitter page to talk about the new naming of the school. He writes, "Humbled and honored to get a call from the Halton District School Board today to let me know that they have selected Dr. David R. Williams Public School as name for new Oakville Elementary School." Reporting for Halton News, I'm Melissa Candelaria.
And now let's take a look at our weather forecast as we head into the weekend. 10 degrees tomorrow will be our high. That comes with a mix of sun and clouds. Enjoy that because on Sunday, cloud cover will roll in and we're looking at a 60% chance of rain showers. Those clouds will clear again though by Monday up to 7 degrees and we'll be back into those lower temperatures that we saw the past few days, only reaching a high of 6 and then 7 on Wednesday. Markets were sharply higher at the end of trading on Friday based on some optimism regarding efforts to flatten the curve. Let's take a look at some of those closing numbers. We'll be back with an update from the Burlington Food Bank after this. Welcome back to Halton News. This edition is being recorded on Friday, April 17th. The Burlington Food Bank continues to help so many in our community with home deliveries, including those that never thought that they would be food bank recipients. The Executive Director, Robin Bailey, has this update for today.
Hi, it's Robin Bailey, the Executive Director of the Burlington Food Bank. Just a quick update. We've had a lot of people starting to remember to get delivery and not come to our door. Now if you come to our door and you've been here before at our door and we told you we've gone to a delivery, we're actually sending you home and we're going to deliver your food to you. So no use coming to our door, just stay home, send in your request and let us deliver to you. We had a meeting last night with the COVID task force here in the city. again, tremendous support amongst all of the different members around the table there, and thank you so much for all the different levels of government, for all the support that you're showing, as well as fire, police, and everybody really coming together to try to work as a community to try and fight this virus here in Burlington and be able to support the community as best we can. Again, if you need help, please don't be afraid to reach out for help. The people that are calling in are talking about how they never thought they'd do this, and they need to, and then are really, really thankful at how I'm really proud of our team and how kind we are and how understanding we are. So info at burlingtonfoodbank.ca or 905-637-2273 to get some help from us.
The province of Ontario is investing up to $12 million to increase online and virtual mental health supports for Ontario. We're going to put some of those resources listed on the screen. Do not hesitate to reach out. Many are struggling during this unprecedented time of uncertainty. Ontario has launched a health workforce matching portal that will help match skilled frontline healthcare workers, including retired, non-active, or internationally educated providers, with students and employers. If you have the training or experience and can help us get through this crisis, please visit onhealthworkforcematching.ca. And now a look at where you can find factual and timely information on COVID that you can trust. Official websites maintained by Halton Region and each municipality. We'll be back with another edition of Halton News on Monday at 5:30. In the meantime, we hope that you enjoy the weekend. Stay safe, stay healthy, and follow us on social media at Your TV Halton on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. For Halton News, I'm Jessica Kading.